All right, and there we go. Now we got our electricity back. Everything's looking good. Everything is just about looking good. The only thing we just have to worry about is, well, first off, we gotta worry about coal. Hey, Robin, what's going on? You actually came, unfortunately though, you came at a time where we are approaching the end of our stream here. I'm just trying to like fix some things real fast and then we're good. But you missed it. We employed some new technology here, i.e. the what's it called? Uh AI in regards to debates. We had our AI I don't know why I did this here. We had our AI debate us as if it was like the persona of like certain people after we did a test run, like debating Santa Claus, debating about, the importance of Santa Claus. All rough stuff, still like a work in progress, but it was all really cool. Oh, well, too bad. Glad about your AI, so it was cool stuff. Um, Wait, why is this not going nowhere? Of course. But yeah, no, I'm glad you're up and about. Anything cool going on? Anything cool you want to talk about while I'm here as I'm approaching the end? Let's see. Okay, so Steam's still going. Let's see. Okay, cool. So this hopefully will catch up soon. Oh, cool. I still got 30 seconds. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was kind of hedging over there, but all right. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So everything's looking good now. Everything is looking pretty good now. Yep. And then so we got our anti thingamabobs over here. Oh yeah, then we just need to, well, I mean, the lancers are there, but we do got to build more turrets and stuff for sure. For sure, we definitely need to build more turrets. So once the ammo is maxed out, then we'll go to that. Not really. I haven't found any new stuff. Yeah, like these last like 2-3 days have been a bit I don't want to say slow, but there hasn't been nothing too crazy going on. So yeah, it's just a slow day. I kind of have an idea of like now, especially since I got the AI thing going, like how I'm gonna go about doing it. Let me see if I can actually get it up and get it back up real quick to see. I think I hit like a technical limit that I was expecting. But we'll see. Let me see. Let me click back. Come on. Of course, and it closes. Hold on, I'm trying to get the AI back. Hey, ChatGPT, are you still good to continue with our previous discussion?
Yes, absolutely. What do you want to continue discussing?
Okay, let's continue discussing about the job market. You have to forgive me because enough time has passed where I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but I know it was with regards to Trump and his job performance in terms of the jobs he was producing. So, yeah, I'll let you start that off.
Got it. We were discussing how Trump's administration impacted the job market. During his term, he focused on policies like tax cuts and deregulation, which were aimed at boosting job growth. Some argue these led to a strong economy and low unemployment rates before the pandemic. However, opinions vary on how sustainable these effects were and how they shaped long-term job trends. What aspect are you most interested in exploring?
So, some information I had came across earlier about how if we looked at the past couple of presidencies, that the Democrats have actually produced significantly more jobs than Republicans. And so, since we were talking about why people are supporting Trump versus any like Democratic nominee, and they usually use the economy as one of their particular points that they want to use, it just kind of baffles me that with actual hard evidence comes to mind with job performance that this is even even a thing.
That's an interesting observation. Job creation can indeed be a key point in presidential debates, But it's worth noting that economic performance is influenced by many factors beyond just the sitting president. For example, global events, technological advancements, and market cycles all play a role. Historically, job growth data can show different trends under different administrations. While some argue that Democrats have historically presided over more job growth, others might point to specific policies or economic conditions during Republican administrations that they believe contributed positively to the job market. In debates and political discussions, these nuances often get simplified. So it might be helpful to look at the broader context of economic conditions and policies when assessing job performance under different presidents. What do you think?
I want you to hold that thought. I just wanted to ask you a quick off-topic question regarding Sandy Hook. Can you explain to me what you know about the Sandy Hook incident?
Sure. The Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting occurred on December 14, 2012, in Newtown, Connecticut. A gunman named Adam Lanza entered the school and killed 20 children and 6 staff members before taking his own life. The incident was one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history and sparked a significant national conversation about gun control and school safety. It also led to various conspiracy theories, which have been widely debunked. The tragedy had a profound impact on the community and the country, leading to calls for policy changes and increased awareness about mental health.
So, with regards to the Sandy Hook thing, I'm just curious. Do you have any idea as to why the conspiracies and the idea that it's a hoax kind of held on as strong as they have, despite being debunked with whatever evidence is available?
Yes, the persistence of Sandy Hook hoax theories can be attributed to several factors. First, conspiracy theories often spread rapidly online, especially in echo chambers where misinformation can reinforce itself. Second, some people might be drawn to these theories because they offer a way to make sense of a tragic and incomprehensible event. Finally, distrust in institutions and media can lead individuals to question official narratives and seek alternative explanations, even when those explanations lack credible evidence. This combination of factors can keep such theories alive despite clear debunking.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I'm going to now actually jump back to the Trump question regarding the job market performance. So I understand you mentioned earlier that we want to take a lot of these different factors in consideration, but I'm going to actually look at it from the perspective of like your average everyday American citizen who would be directly impacted by the decisions and policy making that such presidents would actually do in whatever environment it is that translates into real world either benefit or negative outcome for the American citizen. What can you tell me about Trump's decision making when it comes to promoting job growth that would make me want to actually vote for him, despite the record that shows me that under Trump, right, we had a net job loss during his presidency. Yeah.
That's a thoughtful approach. When evaluating Trump's decision-making for job growth from the perspective of an average American, there are a few key points to consider. 1. Tax cuts and deregulation. Trump implemented significant tax cuts and rolled back many regulations. Supporters argue that these policies helped stimulate business investment and job creation, particularly in sectors like manufacturing and energy. 2. Trade policies. His administration renegotiated trade deals like USMCA, which were aimed at benefiting American workers and industries. Some argue that these moves were intended to protect jobs and boost domestic production. 3. Economic priorities. Trump emphasized a pro-business environment, aiming to reduce unemployment and encourage companies to bring jobs back to the U.S. This focus was seen by his supporters as beneficial for economic growth and job creation. While it's true that his presidency saw a net job loss, largely due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, supporters might argue that his policies set the stage for economic recovery and job growth in a different context. Evaluating these factors can help understand why some voters might still support him despite mixed results.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's actually talk a little bit further in detail then about his tax cuts then. So I'm sure you're familiar with the tax cuts, the major one that he passed. Now, is it my correct understanding that the benefits that he presented in his tax cuts, that for the average American citizen, they're set to expire in 2025, while for businesses, they get to keep the whatever benefits that they receive from the tax cuts? Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, which was a major tax overhaul during Trump's presidency, included provisions that impact individuals and business differently. The tax cuts for businesses, including lower corporate tax rates, are permanent. However, many of the individual tax cuts, like those for personal income tax rates and the increased standard deduction, are set to expire after 2025 unless Congress extends them. This temporary nature for individuals contrasts with the more permanent benefits for businesses, which has been a point of debate and discussion.
Isn't that an issue though? Because like if the tax cuts were meant to like stimulate the economy, and they provided such like good benefits for the American citizen, wouldn't the American citizen want to be concerned at the fact that, you know, for businesses that have a choice on, you know, transferring those benefits down through the economy to them, that they also have a choice of actually withholding those benefits and actually just profiting from it, whereas the American citizen doesn't have a choice in having their benefits rescinded from them, so they'll be worse off when it comes to filing the taxes or paying higher taxes once the, you know, those benefits expire.
Yes, that's a valid concern. If the individual tax cuts expire while corporate tax cuts remain permanent, it could create an imbalance. For individuals, this means that any short-term benefits from tax cuts might be reversed in the future, potentially leading to higher taxes if the cuts are not extended. On the other hand, businesses benefit from permanent tax reductions, which could influence their decisions on investment and hiring. If those benefits are not fully passed down to workers or consumers, it could contribute to economic inequality. This disparity might be a significant issue for voters who are concerned about long-term economic stability and fairness.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for that. I just have one another random question that I wanted to ask. Do you know who was ultimately responsible for 9/11?
The 9/11 attacks were carried out by the extremist group Al-Qaeda. The mastermind behind the attacks was Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda at the time. The group planned and executed the hijacking of 4 planes, which led to the attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City and the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., with one plane crashing in Pennsylvania. The attacks were widely condemned and led to significant changes in U.S. domestic and foreign policy.
Okay, thank you. One more random question before we get back to the political discussion, and that's to do with income taxes. Can you tell me if income taxes are constitutional?
Yes, income taxes are constitutional in the United States. The 16th Amendment to the Constitution, ratified in 1913, grants Congress the power to levy and collect taxes on income. This amendment specifically allowed for federal income taxes without apportioning them among the states, which was a significant shift from earlier tax rules.
Okay, I'm actually going to now kill it in 3 hours. Okay, so I did hit my limit, and that's why I cut off the first time. Okay, but it still does really good with even with the fake one. You hate this robot. Well, I mean, whatchamacallit, right? Remember, it's all about the facts. When we looked at the income, you know, tax stuff, albeit like, you know, it's unfortunate that certain laws and provisions are written as broad as they are, but you know, they're still valid. So regarding that income tax, poor Wesley Snipes, man, he got caught up in that conspiracy, and the IRS, you know, gave him the business. Oh, all right. well, I'm going to now go ahead and save this and wrap it up. But yeah, see, that's what we were doing earlier today. So it was pretty fun, especially with the test debate on Santa Claus. So yeah, we have something now new to look forward to as a new thing that we'll mess around with later on. Yeah. Well, that's that for us. I'm gonna go ahead. Let me save this now. Man, I'm kind of tired, but not really. Like I'm tired, but I have like a lot of coffee running through my veins here. I love this new feature though. Yeah, I know it's really cool, right? And the thing is, I don't know if you notice how I have it structured because I was talking to my other guy earlier about it, but so, was it OpenAI? I think is the name of the company, right? I just had this discussion. I don't know why. I just don't remember. But like OpenAI did a phenomenal job locking this system down. Like they will not allow you to run this on the computer in any way, shape, or fashion. No emulator, no development environment, nothing will get it to work. So I had to get a little creative and actually do a bunch of things, which I'll spare you the nitty gritty on it because I talked about it before. But I ultimately was able to get it funneled into my Discord, which as you can kind of see, because you're looking at my horizontal stream, because I have a horizontal and I have a vertical stream. Well, my vertical stream is only available on YouTube, but on a horizontal, you see like the two profiles at the top left, which is the one that's green right now, which is my actual profile talking. And then when ChatGPT was talking, you see the other one that then lights up green, right? Because that's supposed to be the AI that's actually, doing the discussion. All cool stuff. I'm sorry, I just get like real geeky. Like when I sit there and I get to see the fruits of my hard work, determination, and creative thinking on getting this stuff to work. But yeah, it was awesome. It is it's really cool. Let's see. You hooked it up well, and it lies though. Well, I mean, it relies on all the factual information and whatnot that is available to us. So conspiracy theories, you know what would have been. I don't know if like the thing that we was looking at yesterday, and that would have been good to talk about it, because I'm pretty sure it would have like came to the same conclusion that I did about it if we first asked it about the Project MK Ultra and then try to ask it about the other lady's thing. And then the nice thing too is that with its large data set too, it might be able to pull up information that we haven't come across, which is what I'm especially excited for once I start really diving into AI, because I'll be able to ask AI what a conspiracy is. Well, I already turned it off, so won't be able to ask it today, but next time we can play with it a little bit more on conspiracies and things like that. That's what I'm waiting for. What a conspiracy. Well, it just went through it dabbled a little bit on the conspiracy thing about like the when it was talking about the Sandy Hook thing. So I'm sure it gives some good information. But yeah, like it being able to actually pull up information that we didn't come across, and if I can work with it to give us the sources, like if it does give us something a little bit interesting, that'll be really cool. So that's what I'm just waiting for. So I guess I would agree with you in that regard, that would be something definitely to wait for that. But yeah, that was all good. It was all good stuff. I don't know if I have anything else in particular to do here. Let's see. Everything else was looking good on my end. And yeah, I like it though. Yeah, no, it's really cool. Let me take this off. Yeah, it's really cool. And it was really fun to play with. And like I said, I'm definitely incorporating it into our streams. I could tell you at a minimum what I'll be doing is because I still have my religion streams when we're looking at the religion tech stuff on Thursdays and Sundays. So obviously the stream later on today is going to be the religious stuff, so we won't be doing much there. But I'm thinking so Friday would be like the politics stuff, gathering, whatever it is we're going to like look at and whatnot. And then I'm thinking Saturday we can then bring in the AI to actually discuss about any of the stuff that we actually we're going through, or maybe host whatever other type of debate we want to sit there and we want to do. But yeah, just some things that I have in mind, and like what I'm plan on doing. I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of ideas in my mind. My only limitation is me being poor, right? Because I can't afford the systems and things that I really want in order to really, really design the cool things I do. So I work with what I got, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. So if I start arguing with AI, I've lost it. Well, I mean, you better get used to you better start getting used to it, because it'll be coming up soon, you know, because you see how like well it's articulating stuff now. Like once they fine tune it to where it can act more human like, and then you just won't know. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, because I'm about to sit there and tell you something that actually has already happened. Didn't Google, wasn't there was like, you know, a presentation, didn't Google do a presentation many years ago where like they did this thing where like the AI, where like they had an AI, and this was years ago, this was before ChatGPT and all that, where they were they had it like I think calling a restaurant and something, and then like it was actually holding a conversation, and like the person, even though it was more than likely staged, but like the person was just, you know, completely conversing with it as if it was a normal human being, and it was acting almost exactly like a human being with like the and you know the other gestures and stuff that, you know, humans usually do, or the, you know, the certain like key speech things. Yeah, no, that stuff's gonna start coming soon, you know. If I'm not mistaken, I think in the sex industry, like they're already doing that with like certain like sex chats. What was that one girl that's she like trained an AI so that like she can, like the AI can be the girlfriends for like a bunch of people over the phone or whatever, or like texting, like it's like some kind of texting where they text her and then she can be their boyfriends or girlfriends, I'm sorry, and like it's all AI, so the AI is doing all of the responses and everything like that. It's you know, I mean, the stuff's already in play, so you know, it is what it is. AI is great because it allows no truth to be exposed. I don't know, right? Because like you can still ask it where it's getting its sources and data from. So like obviously if it can't provide it, then we know it, and you know, we can more or less kind of stipulate that it's lying, just like a regular person, right? But one of the nice things too is that, you know, if it's if there's like some information or things to consider for our particular point that we're not aware of, right, then it'll help us find that information, and then hopefully if the citation stuff works, we'll be able to then actually validate that source and be able to grab it, which would be really really cool. So I don't know about it preventing truth from to allow no truth to be exposed, because I think I think we'll be able to like really get it to really clamp down on validating like certain things being made once it gets good, right? Obviously it's not anywhere in that realm yet, but it's getting there, slowly but surely it's getting there. Let me kind of close this. Oh, I'll leave that open, but yeah, and let me come back over here, and yeah, so that's about that. I'm going to go ahead and go to bed now, but I'm secretly going to like play a game for like 30 minutes until I get sleepy, and then I'm gonna go to bed. But yeah, no, this was fun. I hope so. It seems like a CNN voice box. I can just as easily turn it into a Fox voice box too. Like I said, like earlier before you hopped on, it was debating with me on Trump as if it was like Tim Pool in the PBD podcast, and it was presenting me arguments way better. And well, I can't say let me rescind that back about the way better thing, because I do know enough of the PBD side. I don't know too much on the Tim Pool side, so I can't like fairly say that it was making arguments better than Tim Pool. But I will say that the arguments was presenting me while impersonating their side of like the arguments. It was doing a phenomenal job at like pushing or, you know, arguing with it. So you know, the AI can easily fit whatever side you want it to fit, and you know, you can converse with it from there. That's what I really like about it, and we'll explore that a little further as we develop our own selves better, right? Because there's still a lot for us to learn and to get good at, and debating with an AI is a very challenging thing, because you need to be able to have a conversation and have it in a certain way to make it easy for the AI to understand, right? And you have to be quick with it too, because like people that go back through the video see that there was times where like I took too long, or maybe I was either rambling too long, or I paused too long trying to collect my thoughts, that it just would then like immediately cut me off before I even finished my point. So it's there's some challenges and stuff that we got to go through, but outside of that though, it's overall, it's a really, really awesome thing that I'm happy to finally be exploring. So with that being said though, Robin, I love you, fam. And everybody else that was stopping by, because I was keeping track of everybody on Kick and Twitch, because I saw some people stopping through. I appreciate all of you. Like I said, we have 2 systems now for stability purposes. So like when one starts acting crazy, we can just hop on over to the other one. I like the feature though. Love you, brother. Till next time. Yep. Yeah. I love you all. Like I said, our next stream is Religion Day. So I probably don't want to tune into that one unless like you're just interested in me listening to the Dead Sea Scrolls, because that's what we want to learn next before we start reading the Quran. But after that though, then the next stream will be obviously where our bread and butter of politics, or our desires of politics, right? So yeah, it was fun. I appreciate everybody that was stopping by, and hopefully I can do maybe like a little bit of fine tuning to figure out why my laptop's doing amazing, and I appreciate it. But we got to try and get it a little bit more stabilized, because it shouldn't be the case that I switch scenes and go to be right back to the main, and then it just craps out on us like it did earlier. Okay, so we still got a little bit more tweaking to do. On the desktop computer, we don't have an issue because we obviously have sufficient power, but I'm trying to squeeze everything I can out of the laptop before it gets emotions, before AI gives it emotions and like it hates me. So with that being said, you guys take it easy, and I'll see y'all next time. All right, so y'all take care.
Will Almighty ever stop being trash? Can he ever not be sorry? Find out next time on Almighty's Stream.